Good morning. Good morning, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you guys for coming on this morning. My name is Tony, and the music that you're listening to in the background, we don't own the rights to. If you have any comments, questions, anything that you care to share, man, hit me in the boxes down below. Like, subscribe, comment, share. All the above, you know. But anyway, again, thank you guys for calling, man. I'm coming live from Houston, Texas. I'm back home. Hey, the weather is ugly, man. It's raining outside. But I love this kind of weather, man. It's cozy and everything. I look forward to it. You know, when I was incarcerated, man, you know, lots of times when it rained and the weather was inclement, you stayed in the unit. You didn't have to go out in the rain. And it wasn't so much that I didn't like going to my job that I had at that particular time, because I spent 23 years never working. I spent 23 years doing time my way. That's another story. I'll get to that sometime and some point later. But, you know, the last 2 years, I was hired to work in education. And I tutored guys to help them get their GED, and I had 2 courses of my own. I had a class on credit evaluation, and the second one was on personal finance. And I tell you, you know, anyone that knows me, man, you know, I appear to be gregarious, and I appear to be an extrovert a whole bit, but really I'm not. Deep down inside, I'm an introvert. I don't like crowds, never have. If you were close to me, I'll talk your head off. I get that all the time, man. And you know, sometimes it's insulting, it's embarrassing to me when I have friends say, okay, hey man, is this going to be a long story, or is it going to be a short one? But if I didn't know you, you know, it was pretty much one word answers or a nod or a shake of the head, you know. And now I'm feeling like I'm getting to know you guys because I'm talking publicly. I don't know how many people are out there. I look at the deal and I might see 1, 2, or a few, and I know that's how many people are viewing live. But then I know that we have the propensity to have a million viewers, which I wish we would. And, you know, that used to make me a bit nervous. Now it doesn't make me so much nervous as opposed to anxious, and it gives me anticipation. But, again, teaching that class taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about, actually it taught me how much I knew and how much I didn't know. And lots of times we take things for granted, because you had guys that were my age, some older, they didn't know how to write a check. You know, and I wasn't judgmental of them, but I know that they probably never had, well, some never had a bank account. So they didn't know how to write a check. And they didn't care to, because they didn't live their lives to the point whereas they needed a bank account. They didn't have enough money to put in the bank, but then some had too much, but they operated with what we call the Pili-Posturpedic bank, the Silly-Posturpedic bank, if you will. You know, that's between the mattress, between the sheets. So I understood that point of deposits as well. But it taught me that one needed to be patient. And as that saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So when you're trying to give someone something that they're not ready to receive, it's going to fall flat. It's going to fall flat. And then there are those who are going to, maybe it's like me. If I'm reading a book and I'm listening to songs, or I'm listening to people talking, or it's on television. Television is on, and a person would say a word or a phrase or a name exactly while I'm reading it. When that happens, then I say, you know what, man? This is meant to happen. This is kismet. It was designed to be that way. It's in the ethers. So that would make me research more. And then I would come to the point to where if someone's trying to teach me something, then that's my sign to take heed. So some people are going to come that way. But then you have others, man. They're going to come to you only when they need you real badly. And now they're in a rush for you to help them. So it doesn't matter how they come, you want to receive them. But the ones that I want to touch, the ones that I want to reach out to, are my brothers and sisters out there that even though we're reaching out, even though we're trying to give them a life preserve, they're not responding. It's almost as if they're committing psychological or social suicide, and they're just not going to grab hold. Why? Because many are embarrassed to let it be known that they aren't knowledgeable of certain things. You know, I've taught myself how to do many things. I taught myself how to ski. Of course, someone better than me ended up teaching me better. I taught myself how to drive. I taught myself, I didn't teach myself to skydive, but I wasn't in the military. I just went and I joined up. I taught myself how to commandeer, how to ride a motorcycle. I taught myself how to captain a boat. And there's many other things, but the one thing that I had difficult with learning, and that was bowling. And people laugh at me today, but there's a really good friend of mine by the name of Mr. Wendell Cornett. May he rest in peace. This guy had shown me how to bowl outside of a bowling alley, because I've always had bad experiences when I went to bowl on my own. But I'm saying that to say this, though. I digress. Many people don't like to reveal that they aren't knowledgeable in a particular area, or that they don't know something that what appears that everyone knows. And I'm no different. I just realize it. And this is why I taught myself how to do many of these things, at least from a cursory standpoint. Because sometimes when you're working with someone, even when I work out, it's better that I work out alone. I work out by myself, because then somebody's going to try to get you to work out to their way and the whole bit. And you know, it's not to say that they're not right, but sometimes they don't know how far to push you or not push you. And they can take it overboard, because sometimes you may not can go the distance that they can go. And when you give a person control of you that way, they have a tendency to take advantage of it. Because, you know, let me give you an example. If you're a person that's paying a trainer, and this person trains people every day, and this is all they do is just work out the whole bit, but yet you are a titan of the industry, meaning that, you know, you are a master of the universe, meaning you're money getting, you're making money. And this is the experience that I had when I used to go to Gold's Gym and President's First Lady. And I would try the weights, but then I took a calisthenic class. In both of those places, both of those trainers, they realized, man, I pull up in a Ferrari, I pull up a time or two in a Lamborghini, then I come in a Range Rover. So right then and there, man, they realized I'm this little skinny guy, and they're buffed guys the whole bit, and I'm coming in there for them to train me, to work me out. So what they wanted to take out their grievance or their jealousy or whatever it was in the workout session. They had me doing some of the most ridiculous shit you can't even imagine. And then there are other people in the class, and they're not driving them the way that they're driving me. So see, I take offense to that because, I notice it. And I've had people to say, oh man, you probably just couldn't carry out the workout, and you was just taking it personal. No, come on. Man, it's a hint and a half when someone has some sort of grievance or something against you. You have to not be plugged in to receive that type of energy. So even when it comes to working out, I know what I want to achieve. I know what I want to accomplish. So even if it takes longer, I'll get on it and I'll do it by myself. And then once I understand what my body can take, I don't mind working out with a trainer. Just don't boss me around and don't talk to me like I'm a piece of shit or the whole bit. I'm going to comply. But the minute you start trying to take dominion, and keep in mind, I'm a Leo, I'm a lion. So when I start feeling like you're trying to take advantage of me and you're trying to little brother me, you're trying to cuff me the whole bit under your arm. Hey, that's a battle there, brothers, sisters. So anyway, so there's a lot of us, man, we can see ourselves failing and we won't reach out for help. And it's that way in many instances. Many. So I say that to say this coming forward to this podcast. Again, as I was telling you on yesterday, our reason and the purpose we created Sonetquity Publishing Company, Sonetquity Bookclub. We realize that there are so many people, man, that are living below the poverty level. There's so many that are right at the poverty level. And our platform was designed to help those individuals, to help give them a leg up, to help give them an edge on their situation. But these are some of the same people that are struggling and that are dealing with hard times, but they're embarrassed to come forward. And then there are those that aren't living in the streets, but they're keeping up the facade like everything is all right. And I know this. I know this. I can sense it the same way I can sense when someone is trying to achieve dominion over me for a simple workout. And this is, it's like, and I hate to use the term, but it's a pissing contest amongst men. And I'm sure it's that way with women as well, especially black men, But all men are like that because we become territorial. And a lot of people want to mark their territory. And if a guy sees you pulling up in a $200,000 car or better, and he's pushing a $7,000 car. I'm just going to use that without calling any names. But right then and there, it's almost as if he has a grievance with you, and now it becomes that contest, right? I want to show you that mine's bigger than yours. So you may drive a better car than me, and obviously you're making more money than me. But I'm going to show you who's controlled in this gym, right? I understand the dynamics. That's why I'm coming to you. But I'm not coming to you for any abuse. But sometimes we run people away for that reason. I don't want to run any of you away. I don't want to discourage you or dissuade you for coming to me to want to ask me about what is Sonetquity about. Tony, I keep hearing you talk about Sonetquity. Now I hear you talk about SmartDesktop AI. What are these things? I'm having problems paying my rent. FEMA won't give me a break. I can't get a job paying more money, Tony. I'm an ex-felon and no one wants to hire me. What can you do for me? Can you fix my credit? Fixing your credit is not going to help all those things. Right? First of all, you're going to need an attitude adjustment. There are things that you're going through, man, and you just need to woosah. You just need to calm down. And then when you calm down, now you're ready to receive what it is that we're offering. And see, the reason why I know it'll work, because let me tell you, if you were a person that was a hustler, and when I say hustler, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to be selling anything illegal. But when you got your ass up out of bed and you pulled yourself up out of those same bootstraps that Martin Luther King was talking about, and you hit the flats, and you get out there, man, and you move your wares. I don't care if you're selling vegetables, fruit, selling flowers at the intersection, roses, right? I don't give a damn if you're busting down grams, ounces, eighths, quarters, halves, or wholes. I don't care what it is that you're doing. Whatever the product is, when you pull yourselves up by a bootstrap and you're doing that, you're a hustler. I don't care if you're on a radio station and you're trying to get people to come to your pop-up. You're a hustler. So what I'm saying is, sometimes there are certain things that can take you to the next level. And just because you've never heard of it, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I had someone on yesterday. A partner and I was telling them, and we were sending them texts about Sonetquity and SmartDesktop AI and how they're linked and combined. And when we told this person it was only cost $20 one time to join and had an opportunity to sign up many other people and earn a residual income, and this person is not doing that good, the first thing they said was, I never heard of it. So we said, that's why we're telling you about it now. We're telling you about it now because we don't know, we didn't know whether you've heard of it or not, but we wanted to share with you what we've learned about it the whole bit. Pretty much they said, well, send them a copy of it and let them look it over, but they never heard it. Let them research. Well, you see, that's what we're going to do anyway. But it's the way that that person delivered that. It's like, hey, I'm doing y'all a favor. Y'all reaching out to me. Y'all must need me. So, you know what? And I'll get to it when I'm ready. Maybe I'll take a look at it when I have time. Maybe I won't. And that's the attitude. And these are the things that pisses me off. Because sometimes you know what a person needs more than they know what they need for themselves. But they're treating you like you're a Jehovah's Witness. Nothing against Jehovah's. But usually when they come to the door, people don't want to hear their spiel and they slam the door. A broke clock is right twice a day. Sometimes all you have to do is wait on that time and acknowledge it. And it's right then and there. So there are a few things that we can probably learn from the Watchtower. But again, I digress. So if you out there in those streets and you were hustling, man, you've heard about how much money you can make in the streets selling certain items, selling certain products. You don't know a whole lot about it, but you know it makes a lot of money. So see, you'll come to me, man, on bended knees, man, and saying, hey, look, Tom, man, I need a plug. I need an outlet. I need a come up. Can you help? See, if I was selling that, again, you'll come to me, man, and you want me to help you. You want me to give you credit. And for matter of fact, you want me to whip it up for you. Well, now we have something that we want to move in the same way. We want to get the same grind on. but the product is different. The product is different. We want to accomplish the same thing. Our target's the same, but it's our aim that is different. Did you get that? Did it go over your head? Our target is the same, but our aim is different. Okay? Or did I say that backwards? No. Our target is different. Our aim is the same. Because we want to achieve, we want to accomplish our goals, we want to sustain our family. That's our aim. How we go about it is different. So that's our target. So our target now becomes a different product. But we're going to move it the same way because we're trying to accomplish the same things. So when you trusted me and when you believed in me, when I was giving you something illegal, give me the opportunity to share with you something that's totally legal and that'll make a difference in your life, your family's lives, and your friends, your associates, your acquaintances. Let's come together. I'm so tired of having conversations about why black people don't come together, why we are last on the money circulation in our community conversations. I am so pissed off as to, man, the Mexicans are doing better than us, as though that's a fucking constellation. Excuse my language. The point I'm making is this: they understand the assignment. We had the opportunity that they have right now. We blew it. But we can still achieve the same thing that they're achieving, but we have to change the picture, not the frame. We just have to make adjustments. We have to stop thinking like hostages. And we have to think more like immigrants. I had a long conversation last night with one of my contemporaries, Mr. David Bryant. Man, he's a sharp brother, if I've never said so. Man, he's sharp. And we talked last night, we talked about Bitcoin. We talked about SmartDesktop. Excuse me. We talked about SmartDesktop AI. And we talked about banking and everything. And, I've been in the Bitcoins, I studied about Bitcoins, man, ever since 2009, 2010. I know a lot of people became filthy rich. I know some people that crashed and burned, and I know some people that ended up going to prison, and there are others that committed suicide. But it was something that was happening so fast right before everyone's eyes. And then it just blew up. That's something how SmartDesktop AI is. AI is the new. AI is the future. And right now, anyone that's getting in right now is on the ground floor of a groundbreaking phenomenon. So if you just get in right now and ride the wave, you'll see the benefits later on. See, when people got into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency early on, it was very, very volatile. Man, it was skyrocketing, and then it'll crash. It'll give you a nosebleed, man. And then it'll take off again. But you didn't pace yourself. You just got in and you expected this every day. You expected it every day. Now it has settled in to our economy. It has settled in into our currency. And it has found its place. And see, you have many countries that are starting to use cryptocurrency as their number one currency. So see, as long as America was in the front, as long as the United States was on the front of this, the whole bit, they were able to control the currency. And the United States was trying to get you to stay away from cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, the whole bit. Now you realize that, and see, here's the thing, right? This is why you can't stay away from it. See, everyone my age and a few years younger, we're used to banks. As I said, you got brothers and sisters that were a little older and my age, and some that are somewhat younger, and they can't understand banking. They can't understand how to write a check, any of these things. They don't even know about credit cards. They know about, but here's the thing. They don't know how to write a check. They don't know how to deposit a check or withdraw money from a bank with a check with that paper. But if they had to deal with online banking, if they had to deal with Chime or any of these different companies, Stripe, the whole bit, man, they'll run circles around you. So keep in mind, the world is moving. The world is moving forward. It's getting away from the things that we know as the norm. And the further we go, I don't care how wealthy we become, and then we leave monies for our children and our grandchildren and the whole bit, mainly the grandchildren now. They're not going to even utilize a lot of the things that we've done the whole bit. They're going to convert all of our physical assets. They're going to convert it into bitcoins and what have you. They're going to get NILs, NLTs, or whatever you want to call it. That's what they're going to do. Their thumbs are going to be longer than the index fingers from texting and making trades and making money, because they're about getting it done tomorrow. Many are going to succeed. You're going to have those that fail. But the point I'm making is this. The more the government was telling you to stay away from cryptocurrencies, stay away from Bitcoin, the rest of the world is moving towards it. The United States is moving towards it as well. Because here's the thing. All of your major trading companies, man, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, they were secretly putting things in place behind closed doors and bidding and trading and setting up different things like blockchain. See, you can never eradicate a bank. Not right now. But the way we're going to do banking in the future is what's going to change the dynamics of things. And what I mean by that is this. You see the way we use debit cards now? There are certain restaurants and everything that don't take cash, certain businesses that don't take cash. That's what it's going to look like. But a blockchain and everything is they're connected to banks. Right now, if you had to convert your cryptocurrency into cash, right? You would have to go through a bank. Everything is going to be digital because just about everything is digital now, but we still have access to cash. It's going to be just like the auto industry. Man, the oil industry is not going to let every gas guzzling car be eradicated. They're going to coexist. The oil companies now are just going to make more money at other things. They can't get rid of all the gas cars. So you can't get rid of all U.S. currency. You can't. But things will be traded through fiber optics. Things will be traded through space, but they're being done right now. The older we get, the more this is going to happen, the more the generation behind us, Generation Z, and then generation moving on into the next millennium, this is the way that they're going to operate. This is the way that they're going to function. So when you see how things move, you understand how to move right along with it. So to all my brothers and sisters that have gone to prison, to all my brothers and sisters that have lost their jobs, to all my brothers and sisters who've lost their family legacy through gentrification, the whole bit, man, it's a calling of arms. Come to the table. Let's build. Let's get it to the point where our money is at least circulating 2 to 3 times. And then we elevate from there once you see that it works. Because I tell you, if I was your plug for anything else, and I tell you that it was solid, it was 100%, man, you can stake your life on it. Because I'm giving it to you that way. There's no different now. Don't think that I'm a quack because that's not what I'm doing right now, or I'm not on some other. See, there's enough people, man, that's out there, man, on podcasts that's telling you guys about a bunch of other stuff, people gossiping the whole bit. There are many other people that's out there trying to sell you wellness the whole nine. Let me tell you, why do you want to be healthy and broke? You know what I'm saying? If you're suffering, can't pay your bills, and you're living under the bridge, and don't get me wrong, don't take this the wrong way, but the point I'm trying to get you to understand is this. Why are you trying to prolong suffering when you can do something about it financially? If you didn't make $1 today, that's mean that you're going to be broke and you're going to suffer again tomorrow. And then the next day, and then the next day. You got to get up off your ass and you got to make a difference. But if you've run out of ideas, if you're out there and you've run out of financial ideas on how to make money, the whole bit, let's do this shit together. Man, I'm not knocking the walls down, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nowhere nearly making the money that I once made, the whole bit. Matter of fact, less than that. But I tell you this, give me 5, 10 of you, and we think like-mindedly, and we come together, and we build that way. And each 9 of us help one at different times. All right? It means that it'll be one of us, and then the other 9 will help and push. Then it'll be the next one's turn. We help and push. And we do that throughout our community. I guarantee you'll see movement. I guarantee you'll see a difference. I guarantee you. Man, go and get your credit done and don't have a plan for it, man. That's about as useful as tits on a bull. It doesn't make no difference because all you're doing is buying yourself more debt. So let me be your plug on this. Let me help you move forward on what we're trying to do. And then you do the same. And we do it in a circle. And I'm promising you, you'll see the difference. I told a brother last night because he was talking about Ponzi schemes, pyramid scams, the whole bit. Let me tell you something, man. A great system is a great system. The system doesn't fill the people fill the system. And the government has turned so many people away from their blessings, from the things that will help them. See, we have to tell everyone, right now, today, this second, as we speak, in the Indian community, in the Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, Arab, Jewish, Russian, every last one of these circles, Eastern European, just to name a few so I don't leave nobody out, Croatians or what have you. In the Hispanic community, in the Spanish community, in the South American, in the Brazilian community, right now, these people are circulating money amongst themselves. They have their own form of banking within their community that's loaning them money to start businesses. That's loaning them money to zero down to purchase a house. As long as they make the money to be able to pay the note, to keep this circulating. All you want to do is keep the ball in the air. We take our ball and run. The government, the media, and everybody else have you afraid to come together and build because they're telling you what will elevate you is illegal. But yet we do it in another disguise. We do it differently. And then they say it's okay. Every business that gives you a percentages or points or a discount for referrals, for telling other customers, it's the same shit, you guys. You're thinking that is different because they say that's illegal. Well, let me tell you, you know what? By our government's laws, by our laws, we want to tax every fucking thing. Excuse my language. We want to tax everything. But when we can't tax it, we deem it illegal. Don't you know if we gamble if we gamble in my house at this table, we play cards or poker or whatever for money, we bet, you feel comfortable because you're doing it behind closed doors. But in truth, that's illegal. But you don't give a shit about that. If you bet on a sport and you don't make the bet in a betting house or in Vegas, that's illegal. But if we get a group together and we sit around and we plan and we put our money into a process, we put our efforts into that same process and keep our mouths closed, it's the same thing. Those other nationalities aren't telling anybody, man, but they do it every day because they bring it from their old world. And this is the way they sustain their community. But we talk too much. Don't you know when Harriet Tubman, man, was having her meeting, man, for the Underground Railroad, people never understood what underground meant. They literally thought that there was a railroad, a train that ran underground, like a subway. They truly thought that. Underground basically meant that we don't want it to be above ground for everybody to know. We don't want everybody to know. We got to keep it secret. So just like you have your family come over and y'all play spades for money, man, during the family outing or dinner, it's the same thing. So we have a business to whereas you don't have to suffocate it. You can talk about it. You can talk about it. You can champion it. You can tell all your friends about it because it's strictly legit. It has on pearls and pumps and is dressed up. So now you can share it and you can tell people. But you don't want to do too much of that because they'll find a way to want to take it from you. You know, again, as I said, man, you know, everybody's not running to knock the doors down to come to be a part of this, man. You know, my insulation has become my isolation. And you can switch that around the other way as well. But, you know, I don't socialize with a lot of people, and that's the downside. Because I don't socialize, what I realize is this. I thought I knew a lot of people. I don't. A lot of people know of me. I don't have that many friends. So I've lived in isolation. I started this morning by telling you that I'm an introvert. And when I don't have the numbers and people are knocking the doors down, coming on board, man, I used to get in my feelings. I started feeling like I wasn't loved, man. I started feeling like I didn't make a difference in anybody's life. But when I had that mark money, the whole bit, man, people needed bills paid. They needed their car notes. They needed their home mortgages paid, the whole bit. They come to me. And then I realized when I used to watch these pictures, man, the guy in the neighborhood, man, you know, he would give little gifts to this person, that person, the other, and I understood it then. I understood it. And sometimes that's all people want. But I've closed myself off at a time when I need you just as badly as you need me. Let's come together and let's bring to the table what we each share that will uplift us, all of us, as a people. Okay? Listen, maybe I babbled and talked in circle, man, but I hope that you got just a snippet of what it is that I was trying to share. And let's get together and build, man. DM me. Go to my DM, everyone that's on Facebook, man, and request Smart Desktop AI. And I'm going to send you my link. I'm going to send you my link for you guys to join. $20, one-time fee. And we're going to bring you back around to Sonetquity. Don't worry about it. We're going to help you make the money via Smart Desktop AI until the $65 a month that you'd have to pay for Sonetquity, man, it'd just be a breeze, because the money that you would earn, it would be the beginning. Thank you, guys. Enjoy your weekend. It's rainy and it's cloudy, man. Stay dry. Stay safe. Okay? Peace.